Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Nifty Forecast, and I'm sure you all must have had a wonderful trading day today. I'm sure each one of you remember what we discussed yesterday. It is an evident fall that we anticipated yesterday because we already have the information that there have been a lot of puts which have been bought, right? So that we have discussed yesterday and it happened today, right? And now let's quickly dive into the topic. Before that, I have one request in case if you all are liking the content of this channel, I request you all to please subscribe and share it among your friends. It gives a lot of motivation for us, for me especially, to make wonderful content. I mean, a content that helps you and me. You learn, and I will practice and gain more expertise into it. So, this is a small request from my end. Please share the channel and subscribe to the channel with your fullest heart. And let's get into the topic. Yeah. So what happened in the market today? So it opened really higher, but as we already know it for the fact, the market has no scope for an up move because there have been a lot of puts being bought or the negative positions that have been built at the fag end of the day yesterday. So that is what we see here. I mean, there have been significant fall here, and that is because of those short positions. Although market opened here, market was trying to give a very boring session until lunch time around 12:30, and then the fall was really evident. And if we closely notice at the levels, all right, not the SMA levels or the EMA levels or support or resistance or whatever levels, but the level at which the Nifty has taken a little support kind of thing, or rather the price started moving up is this place, right? So what do we fairly understand from this price zone is that yesterday also the price showed some kind of support here, as in there have been buyers in this particular price band is what we get to understand if we hover our mouse at this price band, right? Yeah. So the market has fallen down, and if you also remember yesterday we have spoken about there is still scope for upside. This was my word yesterday. You can go back to my previous video and explore it. So here, what are we here for? So we are really anticipating a bullish view or an upside in the Nifty in the coming sessions. How do we conclude this statement is we will now go through a couple of data pointers that we have. Let's go into the bhavcopy report that we download from NSE. What we look at is Nifty contracts, that is 27th May, 24th June, 29th July. So what has happened in this month? Contracts is a lot of unwinding, or the contracts have been lost open interest, and whatever has been lost has increased by number, and in the next contract, right, in the next month's contract and in the 4 month contract also, there is a decent number of additions in the open interest. So what does this say? Although the price has fallen down but not much, there have been a significant increase in the open interest in the next month. All right, so we do not really conclude anything looking at the open interest, change in the open interest, but also let's look at the intraday volumes. Participant wise volumes is what we are looking at, and we are bothered mostly about the major players in the market, that is DI, FI, and Pro. Although the client contributes to major number of volumes here, we generally don't consider the client's positions because There are a lot of clients, hundreds, thousands, lakhs of clients, and to be precise, the main reason why we don't consider clients' position much is because they are not united, or they are not having established systems, or the ultimatum is that they don't have unlimited money as much as what DII, FIN Pro has. So that's precisely it, why we don't consider clients' positions. And let's dive into analyzing this data, the IFIN Pro index longs, and these are the index shorts. So if we do a quick math, add them up, long contracts, this is the number, and if we add the short contract, this is the number. And evidently, in the intraday activity says the long contracts are more in number. So we have to relate it to what has happened today in the market. So this is a fall in the market that we see in the 3-minute intraday chart. And what does this say? The intraday volume speaks much on the long side of the trade. That means the long contracts are much higher in number. The price is falling, long contracts are high. What does this mean? It is very simple. It is a lot of bullish positions have been made. These guys who had enough systems in place, DIA, FII, and Pro, accumulated in this dip. So that is what is evident from here. That's a bit of the intraday volumes. Let's also look at the participant wise open interest, and then get ready for the game tomorrow, right? So this is the participant wise open interest, and here also we look at the DIFIN Pro data. And what does this say? And yesterday, this minus number was somewhere around 17,000, or a larger number than this. And today, if we do a math of adding the long contracts here, adding the short contracts here, and subtract them, we get to know that 5,419 contracts are more than the long contracts, right? How many short contracts are more than the long contracts? It is 5,419. That means short contracts are still dominating, but who is dominating with the short contracts? It is the DII. And who's dominating with the long contracts? The FII. So if we look at the short-term trend in the market, we have to follow FII, right? And here there has been a significant jump in the number of longs. What does this indicate? In the very short term, we can anticipate a decent run on the bullish side of the trade. Nevertheless, it being an expiry month, monthly expiry week, I want you to strictly cut down your position size and reduce it to 50% of your capacity. In case you were trading 5-10 contracts, you should trade 2 to 4 or 5 contracts to stay confident in your trades, because it is an expiry week, I mean a monthly expiry week, and whoever had taken those positions in the market, they have to exit, right? They don't have much time in their hand, and it is only 2 days to go. So they will get the market to their levels, and I want you not to be a bait, not to be trapped into their bait, right? So do a strict position sizing, plan your trades very well in advance. And now that I believe you are an informed trader, after doing all this data engineering, I want you to be absolutely in control with whatever trade you. Before we conclude, let's quickly look into my tool. What does this say? I mean, if I closely look at it, by the fag end of the day, there have been a significant number of puts that have been bought. And on the other side, call writing, whatever calls are written, also exited to a good extent, but not completely, right? But puts are bought to a phenomenal extent. So what this tells us to be a little cautious on the downside as well. In case you get to see a very sudden movement to the downside, don't get panic. it is it could be a potential trap, and that is just to lure the retail traders like you and me, right? Be very cautious with that. And let us quickly look at the daily chart before we conclude the content for the day. What does it say? It has a long tail, as per our understanding. As a price action trader, there have been a significant amount of push from these levels, and that is the reason the price closed at 15 to 33 levels after testing 15,159. That itself is a very significant number to see an up move from the bottom, right? Take. Right. So that's precisely the plan of action for next day. We will stay calm. We plan our trades cautiously. On the long side is what we can see, right? So that's about it for the content today. I request you all to kindly share this channel information with your friends and subscribe it. And I'm sure this kind of motivation that you give by subscribing to the channel and sharing among your friends will really be a motivation, or that will really push us to make more content every day. All right, I hope I am very clear with my statement. I request you all to support, and we can grow together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.